late night shenanigans, homemade brake cooling ducts using the stock fog light placement and stock dust guards. I'm going to cut a hole basically right here. That will blow onto the disc and into the vents of the disc, which will make it come out the center. I'm going to have to cut a hole in that shit over there, but I don't really care. The harder part's going to be the other side, because that's where the washer bottle is at. And it's hard to see, but you can actually see it. There's holes right there, and air flows through that. And on the back side, I'll have to cut up the plastic a little bit, but that'll feed the air. I'll run the hose out this side here, down next to the strut over here, into the dust cover. And I'm probably going to cut the bottom tube that says mean people suck on it. Probably going to use that. That old bike frame's broke, but it'll be a perfect diameter to weld onto the dust cover. Just to be clear also, what I'm welding onto the dust cover is what the hose is going to attach to. I'm going to have to find something like this kind of hose. Go to like a Ace Hardware or something tomorrow and pick up that flexible hose. But it's, you know, somewhat stiff so it won't collapse. And then I'll attach that hose to this through the fender liner up to the front of the bumper. There we go. 2 pieces cut off. Don't need a whole bunch, just need enough to weld on and for a hose to go over it. I cut it out of the most circular part because that frame is beat the fuck up. Now I'm going to turn that bitch on and get all the stickers and paint and shit off of it. My phone is fucking up. I might have to go get a new one. Got these all cleaned up. Now I'm going to place one on here, trace around it with a marker, and cut it out with my China Dremel. One done. Weld that on. That's going to breathe a lot of fucking air. It's going to be sweet. My phone definitely shit out last night in the middle of me using it. It was awesome. Screen quit working, wouldn't turn on. Couldn't even transfer any of my data. So lost a shitload of numbers and lost every single picture and video I had for the last year and a half. Now what the fuck are you going to do? Now I got this new S25 Ultra. We'll see how it does. Oh, I got the brake ducting parts on the fucking dust covers that I wanted to get on there. Now, after I get paid this week, I'll go buy some hosing and get some holes in the fender liners and run the hoses over to the brake ducts that I built. Alright, on today's episode of Car Mods, I'm going to try and finish doing the majority of the brake ducts. Went and bought some fucking hose. It seems fairly stiff, so I think it'll work. And then here's what the holes look like in the front. See, from here you can see right through the bumper. And they both blow up. I don't give a fuck about that. So I'm cutting this top piece off. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this bottom piece here. I might leave it. I might cut a U out of it there. And I think I'm going to use these 2 old... I don't know where the other one went. I have another one just like this. It's yellow. Oh, it's right behind me. Anyways. Trim this fucking tab off there. And I'm going to set that in there a specific way to where it's basically going to cover most of that. Trim this end down here so it matches up with the hose. And then drill some holes in it and zip tie the hose to it. And then that should get me what I'm looking for out of concentrating the air into the hose. I know it's hard to figure out what I'm saying right now, but I'll get to it. Alright. So, I've cut all those up. And I switched to these blue funnels because they fit in there better. Cut them up. They're going to go in there like that. I'm going to paint them black before I put them in. But that'll direct air straight down the fucking tubes the way it's supposed to. Which will work just fine. I've been using this fan to help me figure out how well everything's going to work. Alright. Passenger side. Driver's side. Vents are in. I gutted those those factory covers a lot. So that's just straight vent up in that bitch. I don't know if you can see it. I threw a screw in the bottom and in the top on both sides just to make sure they don't go anywhere. Now it's connecting the hose and cutting a hole right about there and running this shit. Alright, hose ran on the driver's side, which was the harder side. Got it wired up and out of the way. Won't grab. Threw one screw in it to make sure it stays in there. And yeah, it's gonna work great. Now on to the passenger side. And then we'll put the bumper on and slightly trim this shit up. Alright, this side done. A lot easier. Clears. Since that wheel's turned all the way over, I can show you that that side clears also from there. So no worries anywhere. Hell yeah. Sick. Now to slide those into the fucking fence on the bumper, and I'm done. I'll put the bumper back on. There we go. One duct done. I put a screw in it to hold the duct in there. But done. That side's done. Titties McGee. On to the next. Show you what it looks like before I put the cover back on. There we go. Ducting. And if you look, you can see it piped up through there. And once again, nothing's hitting. It's all clear. Fuck yeah, buddy. Front brake ducts done.